Please introduce yourself.
My name's David, fitness guy, been in the game for a long, long time, into my training, into my mindfulness, done some PT, do some online coaching, done loads of stuff within the fitness industry, travelled a bit, and just a cool guy, bro.
I love that. I love that. That's why you are here.
Tell us about you, Will.
My name is Wilfred. People knows me as Will. I am. I don't even know what I am actually. I'm still
What
trying
are
to
you,
figure
bro? What are
Wait,
you?
okay. I'm a personal coach, mainly focused on fitness, but I'm transitioning more into mindfulness, spirituality, and lifestyle. I'm
What
vegan.
does spirituality actually mean? Because that gets thrown around a lot, right?
Yeah. So there is this thing about spirituality that is starting to be very popular, yeah. But for me, spirituality personally is the connection between my mind, my body, and my soul. You know, because if physically I look good, I think that I'm strong, but mentally I'm not strong, or I have a kind of like weakness mentally. I kind of feel like okay, I'm spirituality talking. I'm off.
Yeah.
So for me, spirituality is just like aligning the body, mind, and soul. Yeah.
Okay.
What's spirituality for you?
Well, I lived in Bali, mate, so I've seen all versions. I've seen all versions of spirituality.
Okay.
It's funny because when people say spirituality, they immediately think that, right? Like some person in Bali doing all of this stuff. And I've done a bit of that stuff. But I've never really sat down to think kind of what is spirituality. I guess your definition hits it quite on the head. Mind, body, and soul all being connected.
100%.
I am a big believer in the spirit, and your spirit being like it's like your candle, right?
Yeah.
It's like your burning candle of energy, of vibrance, of things that you put out into the world. It's built off of hope.
Yeah.
When you have hope and you have enthusiasm, your spirit is high and it's good. Your spirit can get kind of crushed down, but then it can also really, it can vibe, bro.
I have a question. Is that willpower or is it spirit?
You have to have willpower to keep your spirit going. Okay?
I love that. Even because my new movement that I just created is called Willpower.
I know you dropped that in. You were like,
here we go.
You were like
Here we
dropping
go.
that in
Yeah.
with this guy.
Good. So today we're gonna talk about everything and nothing, like we said. Yeah. I'm gonna just ask you 5 questions, random question, which I haven't prepared. You're gonna ask me 5 questions too, which I believe you haven't been prepared, and let's see what's come out.
Okay.
Yeah?
Sick.
Cool. You want me to start?
I can start if you like.
You can start. Let's go.
Okay. Let me ask you this. You're Italian. You obviously lived in Italy. You were born there. You live here. Quick first question. Have you lived in any other countries?
I wasn't. Yeah, I wasn't born in Italy. I was born in Ivory Coast. Moved to Italy when I was 4 years old, and yeah.
Okay. What do you? And you're obviously quite well traveled, traveling around. Where do you think in the world is the perfect place to live?
Today you're asking me like the best question. I like it. I actually had a chat recently with a friend of mine, which has been living like in different places in the world, and I strongly believe that there is a kind of like line between your nationality, the culture that you learn in that specific country where you spend most of your life, and the person you become after that you travel the world. You know, you said I'm Italian. Now I'm living in London. I've been traveling the world. If I go back to Italy, I wouldn't be able to fit anymore in that society because clearly my mindset, the way that I see the world is different. When I come to London, even if it's a multicultural city, there is still that Italian side of me that doesn't find place here. And this happen in every city where I've been traveling to. I love Miami. Miami is one of my places where I really enjoy spending time there. But again, I've been there on holiday for like 2 3 weeks. It was fun, but do I see myself living in Miami and then adapting to the culture in Miami, or is it going to be the same issue that I'm like finding in every places where I'm going?
Yeah, okay. It's like, where is home? You
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
and I've been thinking about that more myself recently. I lived in Bali for a year, and then I traveled a bit of South America, and I've holidayed in loads of places. And I originally left London because I fell out of love with London for many reasons. Since coming back, I can see some things that I used to love again
yeah.
about the country, and I can appreciate it more. But I am now definitely of the mindset of having a home and a home away from home that you can go to, you know. So, I mean, I've recently been experimenting with, say, spending a winter in Bali and then a winter in South America. And I'd still like to do that, like nip away from London for like 2 months at a time. But I feel like I would want to go to the same spot,
Yeah.
right? Because each time you go somewhere new or somewhere
Yeah.
different, new discoveries, new this, that, and the other. And I've had a chance to play with that, and I've kind of learned more about myself.
Yeah.
And now I feel like, okay, let me find where my next, second home
Yeah.
is going to be. And that way I can have London, but as soon as I fall out of London a bit, I can go somewhere else and then come back and be invigorated.
So you like having a plan B, let's say.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't say plan B. I'd say two plan A's.
Two plan A's.
Two plan A's.
Love that. Okay, next question. This is a question that that I had in my head for like long time after watching your stories on Instagram. For some reason, I believe that you're a very good cook. For some reason.
Oh, my man, perfect question. You know what?
Yeah.
Let me first explain how I got to becoming a good cook.
Yeah.
So, mid-20s, doing bodybuilding shows, doing my own meal prep. Chicken, broccoli, rice, the standard stuff. Obviously got lean, got in great shape. And I wasn't that plain as to be, say, every meal, chicken, broccoli, rice. I mixed it up. There were definitely enough micronutrients in my meals, but I wasn't using herbs and spices. I wasn't garnishing. I wasn't, thinking about how nicely I'd cook something, getting good searing, on the outside of my meats, things like that. And then as I got more into personal training and got quite busy, and also having affiliate relationships with a lot of the meal delivery companies, I ended up getting meal deliveries. So for well over a year, I had meal delivery in the UK. I then went out to Bali, and actually in Bali, it's really expensive to do your own cooking.
Oh, really?
The supermarkets are more expensive than like Dubai prices.
Wow.
Yeah. And even then, your selection availability isn't that good. They have to import lots of it. And actually, the food quality isn't that great either. Something about the soil in Bali.
Yeah.
So anyway, most people eat out, and some people get food delivery. Again, I got food delivery for a year,
Wow.
every day, right? And then I was thinking to myself, okay, so here's one of the reasons. You're going to laugh, mate. So one of the reasons I wanted to become a good cook, right, is because I was so tired on like dates and, if I'm seeing a girl, when you can't cook and you want to stay aesthetic, your option when you're in a relationship is let her cook and either risk being like, here's my macros, hit my macros, you're not going to last very long, okay? Or let her cook and then just eat what she's cooking but sacrifice your gains, or go out for dinner. I can't exactly cook her like some plain chicken and broccoli.
Yeah.
Well, I could.
Okay.
So I thought to myself, okay, I want to, in my next relationship, be able to just own the kitchen so that I can be staying in my element, feeling good, knowing I'm hitting my numbers and staying lean.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, she loves what I'm cooking as well. That, and then also from a perspective of serving my clients. I've always been one that eats for performance. You know, I'm not too fussed about what I put in my mouth. Wow, let me take that back. I'm not too fussed. Not too fussed if it tastes good or not. If I know I'm performing, then great. But I knew I had to switch that up. And also, I'm realizing now that if I can make my own food extremely tasty while hitting my numbers, then it never feels like I'm dieting. So I took on a course, a Leaf School of Food and Wine.
That's your secret now.
That's the secret.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Here we go.
They have a course, Nutrition and Culinary Practice, which is about how to take chef skills and add a nutrition twist.
Yep.
And I've recently been working with a friend who's a qualified chef who's been helping me with more cooking ideas and things. So, I've probably got the rest of this year to go to really hone up my skills and get my cooking skills good. But I'm super pleased with where it's going.
Good,
Thanks,
good.
mate.
I've seen your videos. I was like, wow, that guy knows what he's doing.
You know what? I was on the train yesterday and I had this curry that I made, and one person walked past me. Guy didn't look like he trained, right? And he says, biryani, curry, chicken, that looks good, I could eat that. To my meal prep, and I'm like, okay. And then 30 seconds later, the ticket warden comes past and he sticks his head down. He's like, what's that? What's that in there? And all that was in this curry was turmeric, coriander, cumin, garlic.
Guys, take notes, please.
Take notes. Recipes coming out. Chili powder. And then and that was the spices that made the curry. There was no oils, fats put in, really macronutrient heavy meal. And I've been having this the last couple of nights and waking up lean, so...
That's perfect.
That'd be great.
That's exactly what you want.
Yeah, I'm going to make it for you, bro.
Please. You know that I'm vegan, by the way. So.
Okay. I'll get some paneer.
Oh.
You know paneer?
No, what's that?
Mate, paneer's a cheese that's very high in protein, and it's... it comes in a lot of Indian dishes.
Cheese?
It's a cheese.
You know that I'm vegan, right?
Oh, you're vegan, not vegetarian. Shit. Okay, my bad. All right, well, there's no hope for you, bro.
Like,
I'm joking.
I'm going to watch you from the
Tell
stories.
me about that. Why are you vegan then?
Wow, okay. Why I'm vegan? I always give like two answers, yeah? There is like the answer that I give to people that I don't know because I just want to give a quick answer. And there is the proper answer that I'm going to give you today. Yeah.
Okay.
The reason why I'm vegan is because I had a dream. Yeah, I was sleeping, and in my head I had like this kind of like conversation with myself. I was thinking that everything that we eat is something that was alive before. So if you're eating something, then it means that before eating it, you need to kill it. And if you kill something and you eat it, then you are eating death. You're eating something that is dead. I was like, no, that cannot be possible. I mean, there should be something that it wasn't alive before and then we eat it. Then I tried to find the answer in my dreams, and I couldn't. And then I just came back with like maybe milk. Milk is the only nutrient that like even babies they can have, but has never been alive, even if inside they're like active nutrients and everything. Then I woke up, and that was like my first 2 years in London. And I kind of like ignored the dream, and I kept like buying meat. You go to Tesco, Marks & Spencer, Waitrose, and you buy this big steak, and then you go home, you cook them, and it just become like small. I was like, this is not natural. I mean, it shouldn't be like that. If the steak has this dimension, this size, okay, if you cook it, it should stay like this. It shouldn't become smaller. Then I just decided to stop buying them. And then suddenly I just like start to feel better. And then everybody around me start noticing my energy that was changing. I start thinking clearly. I start running marathon by myself. I was like, wow. Okay. So there should be like a reason why I had a dream. And and then slowly became, I became like avoiding cheese, became avoiding any kind of like milk, whatever. And I met my girlfriend, which she's like I call her like the vegan queen, and she gave me more like she introduced me more into this world of veganism, even if I'm vegan in terms of like nutrition, but I wouldn't define myself as a vegan in terms of like activist. Yeah,
yeah,
I don't go
okay.
around saying, "Hey, David, why you're eating meat? You shouldn't eat meat."
Okay.
But I'm starting also now to reconsider this because I believe strongly that like animals have a soul, and the problem is not eating meat. The problem is killing animals and wasting that meat. You know, because a life has been killed in order to feed someone, and then maybe that person isn't even finishing his meal. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. I didn't want to bring it so much into spirituality, but
No, that's fair. And yeah, on that point about how you found out that vegan would be beneficial for you, I think the body and the mind are very smart. And I did a lot of work into the subconscious and the subconscious mind not too long ago. And I do believe your subconscious mind really knows and has all the answers. But I feel like the human's ability to be aware of their subconscious cues has really diminished in modern society because we're also in our own heads, in our technology and other things. So what happened to you there is your subconscious mind gave you a cue, and maybe your own
yeah,
genetics, or you could have been predispositioned to
Yeah.
not react well to meat and
Yeah.
things, and your subconscious mind, it gave you the cue and it said this, and because you listened to it and went into it, your energy picked up
Yeah.
because you went with what you believe. You didn't push it down. And I truly actually believe that the power comes from belief, right?
100%.
You did something that you believed in, and it could have been the veganism, or it could have just been the fact that you were going with your belief and you were affirmed this was the right thing to do and you did it.
Yeah.
And that is what pulled your energy
Yeah.
right up.
Willpower again.
Willpower, bro. Exactly. Yeah.
So you know more about spirituality than what I thought, because you said you have like it's this kind of like question about what's spirituality, but you just describe it in a perfect way right now.
Yeah. I like to get into lots of things, and I definitely have opinions, etc. But I don't categorize. I just
What
kind
does
of
it mean?
categorize. So being like, oh, that's spirituality. And I'm
Okay, I
like,
see.
no, that's just me getting on with it.
Yeah.
Right. Like, but no, I definitely they say that subconscious mind is linked into spirituality, right? We need to get Google out and just be like, okay,
What's
ChatGPT,
spirituality?
what is spirituality?
Yeah. Okay, then I'm gonna ask you the next question, and it's gonna be related to spirituality. Let me see. Do you believe in God?
Oh, okay. So,
And sorry for asking this, but the reason why I'm asking you this is because I've been recently stopped by a man on the underground here in London, and then he just wanted to talk about God. And he kind of like pulled out his Bible and he told me, don't worry about tomorrow because God's gonna take care of that. And he showed me now I don't even know how it called, but like Matthew 36:4, something like that. And on the same day when I was talking to him, when I was talking to this man, a friend of mine in a group chat that we have all in common about like meditation, he actually mentioned the same quote that the guy was showing me. So when I finished talking with the guy, I just took my phone and I was reading the messages, and then the same quote was in the group chat. I was like, wait 1 second, what is happening here? So, and now that you are talking about spirituality, about connecting to yourself and everything, the question is exactly, do you believe in God?
I believe in energy.
Good.
Okay. So when you look at the different religions out there, right, they all have similar trends across them all. And there's lots of stories from different religions about, say, a person, like in the ancient past. So some, for examples from ancient healing, there would be some sort of priest or somebody religious that would come along and they would say, you are now better, or something like that. And now that person who was unwell believed so heavily in God and the powers that be, and that, you know, the kind of sacred individual had the power to make them better. So when such individual came in and said, you're now better, they were like, great, I'm now better, right?
Yeah.
And so all of a sudden their system boots up and the power of their subconscious mind kicks in. Our bodies are amazing things, right? Because think about it, our brain and our body, it built itself. It knows how to self-regulate itself. It knows how to do so many things.
That's right.
It's super powerful. And but you have to make it signal and do those things. So yeah, massive believer in energy. And I feel like the common trends across all religions are the belief. It's belief. People need to believe. They need to believe in something. Modern day, we're all talking about motivation, and you know, your willpower is obviously about believing in yourself.
Yeah.
God is about, and religions are about an external belief, right? Belief in a power above, belief that you are going to be looked after. And people started following religions because it gave them something to believe.
Yeah.
And belief is the healer of all.
Yeah. And then was the borderline between belief and becoming like kind of like irrational.
Irrational.
Yeah, becoming like you know, like I believe, like there's some people they believe about, I don't know, Jesus who will come in 2031. Yeah, I just saw it yesterday. I was in Hampstead. This guy had like this sign saying Jesus is coming in 2031, and he believes strongly about that. Yeah. So now, where is the limit, like the borderline between him that is believing on something and then he doesn't understand anymore what's reality or not?
Getting in some deep shit, mate. Fuck this guy on the street. Right. Okay. This that guy's fucked.
Okay.
No,
good.
I'm joking. He believes in something.
Yeah.
And whatever it is, it's keeping him going. There's obviously different levels of belief, right? And there's different levels of awareness. And there's belief at different levels of awareness, you know?
Yeah.
So he believes in something and he's standing for it. That's a cause. That's energy. And maybe in 2031, somebody's going to come into his life who, you know, thinks it's Jesus and it's all going to be good. Huh?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Bro, I'm just a personal trainer. Oh, shit.
Cool. You're just a personal trainer.
I read a book or two, mate. Can I train now?
Dude.
What about you? What do you think?
About God.
Yeah.
Oh, that's another tough question that I think is something complex. Yeah. Wait, it's something simple that over time became complex. Yeah. Because if we think like 2000 years ago, people, they didn't have like this all kind of like spirituality movement that we have today. Yeah. So they will be focusing on one thing and understanding if that thing works for them or not. Today we have like so many options, yeah, about religion, spirituality, meditation, different kind of things that if someone doesn't educate himself or herself on that specific subject, then they start believing that what they are practicing is kind of like a new religion and is God. But I just realized that for as much that I believe in God, yeah, there are other ways that can take me closer to Him. Now I just need to understand what are these ways. Can be Islam, can be Judaism, can be Christianity, can be Buddhism, can be doing yoga, can be doing, I don't know, any kind of thing. Yeah. But we need to explore more and understand what's the best thing for us. I believe in God, but I don't believe in religions. For the simple reason that like religions are run by men, women, anyway, by humans. And then as a humans, we make mistakes. And as a human, you can see through the history how many people have been greedy and then just took advantage of those that were like less fortunate. Yeah. And I'm quite aware of that. And I don't want to be victim of some kind of guru that is want to show me the way to God. I just want to explore it by myself. I also believe that can be explored in a collective way with, as you mentioned before, with we are all about energy. So if all of us want to explore God in a collective way, then if everybody just participate and they just share the energy, we can achieve something that can bring us closer to God. But if we become like, I'm the only one that is like, he knows better about God, and then everybody else needs to listen to me, I don't think that's the way to find God.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, exactly. Preaching.
Yeah, preaching.
Yeah, preaching.
Hopefully there are no priests listening to this podcast. Yeah.
That's funny.
Good. Last question.
Okay.
Yeah. We spoke about so many things that I don't even know what to ask you now. Okay. What's the biggest achievement that you had in your life?
Fuck, bro, that's a big one.
Let's go, man. Let's
Biggest
go.
achievement in my life, man. Okay, yeah, no, that's actually, I think I've got that one down, right?
Good.
So it's got to be So what I class as achievements is how greatly you impact other people's lives in a positive way.
Good.
You know, if you look at every big achievement, it impacts other people's lives. Somebody wins a gold medal, you know, that impacts other people's lives because they could be from, you know, a town and people know that person, they see them do it, they now believe, they now try and push themselves.
Yeah.
Someone makes a movie, the movie has a message that impacts a person's life. You know, everything we pay for a business or it's generating money in a way that impacts people's lives. So achievements, I believe, are impacting people's lives. And for me, it's got to be what I did at university. So at university, I started a club for gym, pretty much.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It was called MASS, the Muscle and Athletic Sports Society. And it was pretty crazy, actually. At my university alone, we had 500 people join. Mm-hmm. And with
Wow.
that, yeah, I ran events, I got guest speakers in, and it actually expanded. I made it into a franchise, not in the legal sense, but in the operational sense. Mm-hmm. And we got up to 30 universities.
Wow.
So Mass Leicester, Mass DMU, Mass Nottingham, we had a clothing line, and I ran events. So I actually ran Mr. University, the student UK. Yeah, bro, I started Mr. University. Fuck.
Wow.
Mate, it was big. Like, we had like 3,000 members across all these places, and it was all about inspiration. I would go around to universities and give talks to students saying, you can compete, you can do this. Hey, there's people now who are IFBB pros who wouldn't be there if they didn't come to a talk from me saying, you can do this.
Yeah.
This is a future that's possible for you.
Yeah.
Hey, you're in great shape. You should come and do the show. And yeah, I loved it, mate. I did it for years. It grew. And it got to a point, though, where it was a social enterprise, right? Social enterprise means it's a business, but not one, you know, focused on making so much money.
Yeah.
And eventually I was getting to my mid-20s and it's like, got to start making some money. I tried to then commercialize it a bit, rebrand it, and then COVID hit and it just kind of lost momentum.
Oh, no.
Yeah. But at that point, I kind of thought to myself, well, I don't really want to be hanging around with university students as much anymore. And when I looked at actually the total market, you know, potentiality of it, back then I thought it was a lot, but looking back now, it maybe wasn't so much. But mate, I loved that brand from the bottom of my heart. It was everything. And actually, most recently, I've transitioned into doing more online coaching, and it's now, I've been loving the last 2 weeks, been really getting into it with the September push. And what online coaching is all about is making people believe and giving them some accountability and giving them some drive, right? You have to message people, keep on top of them, say, hey, you can do this, let's go. And when they part with money with you, that's them putting, the staple in the paper, signing the contract that they're going to achieve it. You're giving them that feeling. And in online coaching, you can serve more people, right, than one-on-one.
That's right.
So you are able to spread your message further, bigger, make a community of people that drive each other up. And I'm like, wow, this is how I used to feel when I used to go around and inspire students at university. This is why I loved that.
Wow.
Yeah, mate.
Wow,
mate, I'm almost crying now, bro. Like, oh, shit.
I can see it, man. Well done. This is an amazing story. Wow.
Let me get some water.
Yeah, get some water. So you kind of like travel back on time when you are at university.
Yeah, that was good, mate. I used to love that business so much.
That was like your baby.
That was my baby. I hung on to that for so many years to try and make it work. Like, fuck, you've got me on this podcast, bro. You've got me good. Like, so all of my early 20s, I sacrificed what I saw all of my mates doing, right? They were all going into corporate, getting jobs. They could all go on kind of like, the holidays and other things. And I think over the course of my early 20s, I was just like head down, trying to make this thing work, going around hustling, trying to raise investment, and not buying the cars, not going on the holidays, not doing things. So when COVID hit and it kind of pushed that business down, my PT started doing really well and cash flow started coming in. And I think I lost myself a bit, bro.
Yeah.
I think I was like, God, all these things that I saw my friends do. I bought the AMG. I went on all the holidays and things, and it all just ramped up and up. And that's when I broke and I went to Bali. And now I found myself.
I know many people that went to Bali to find themselves.
Yeah. And literally, since you brought this up with me just now, I've just realized in these last 2 weeks, as I've been really pushing this online coaching, I used to think it was a bit salesy, messaging people, being like, yo, hey, what's going on with your goals, and trying to push a sale. But I remember that's what I used to do with my competitions. I used to say to somebody, hey man, how's your training going? What are you studying? Hey, why don't you do Mr. University? You look great.
Yeah.
And sure, I'm selling it to the person, but I'm making them believe that they can do it. And so many people, the messages I used to get after these competitions, like, fuck.
Wow, that's very inspiring. Thank you for sharing that with us. Wow.
Yeah. And anyway, I've just been getting a bit more of that feeling recently. Fuck. All right, I'm done.
Okay.
Romeo, done.
Yeah, the last question was very like straight to the point.
Well, you asked me, what's your greatest achievement? Hey, I'm off of me now. You, what's your greatest achievement?
My greatest achievement. I think my greatest achievement is being here today. I never gave for granted everything that I do, especially like waking up in the morning, being able to speak to people, being able to inspire other people. And if I look back from where I started, I can now realize, wow, there is a lot that has been achieved, but also I feel like there is no limit. Clearly, this is regarding me personally, but like you just said, it's not about just the individual, it's just about also inspiring others. So the fact that I'm here with you on this podcast and then there are people listening to us, this is already a huge achievement because we can just spread the message and then inspire more people to do great in their
Tell
life.
me about Willpower.
Willpower. Okay, Willpower actually started 2 years ago. Yeah. I was working on my online coaching, Will Stay Fit. Again, Will.
It's good, mate. It's good branding.
Yeah.
I like it.
Will Stay Fit. And I was at Burning Man with two good friends of mine that over time, they just turned to be best friend and also mentors when it comes to business. And then they kind of like told me, Will, you're not just about fitness. Like the way that you talk, the way that you connect to people, it's just not about building big muscles. Yeah. It's on a deeper level. Yeah. You have something that like clearly you haven't shared with us, but we can see that you have it inside. And you should maybe try to discover that a bit more. And then we just like came out with some names like Willpower, but I never took it seriously because I was like, nah. I mean, yeah, that's true. I don't just do fitness. I do motivational speech. I do a lot of things, inspire people, but willpower is not really for me. And this year when I came back from Burning Man, a life event actually hit me very hard on my face. I was like, whoa, I can't believe that this is happening to me. And I said to myself, okay.
Which for the viewers watching, I tried to wind Will up about in the first question.
Say it again?
I said, which to the viewers watching, I tried to wind you up about.
So, and I said to myself, maybe it's time to use my willpower. But everything that we're talking about today, it's connected. So willpower, I believe that is connected also to God. It's connected to the belief, like you say. It's connected to veganism, about you being able to feel yourself and think clearly. So I said to myself, it's time to use my willpower in order to overcome this situation. And I just want to start now focusing on my life to help other people to discover that part of themselves, which cannot be discovered if someone doesn't actually give you that kind of like clue, like my friends gave me 2 years ago at Burning Man. That's willpower.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, it's energy, mate.
It is.
And you've got the energy, and you want to give it to other people.
Yeah.
But then you also have to be careful of who tries to take it from you.
Man, that's actually, this is like something that I agree 100%, because at the end of the day, when you give much and you give a lot, there's some people that they can be grateful for what you give to them. Some people that just want to take advantage and just like absorb your energy without giving nothing back. And when I say nothing back, I don't mean about money, I don't mean about material stuff, but I just like
some form of energy back.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, energy could be in the form of money. It can be anything. Yeah, absolutely. I've always been the same, and I think when I was younger, I would just give that energy, and I wouldn't always be able to see clearly if somebody's intents were good or not. I think I've got a much greater awareness of that now.
Yeah. I mean, I think that like time plays a lot of a very big part on willpower. Like, I actually recently heard something very nice on a podcast that was saying you can do all the studies that you want, you can do everything that you want, but in order to become good on something, you need experience. And experience, you gain it just with time. Yeah, some people think that time is age. Some people don't believe in aging. I'm one of them. I think that like age is just a number, but I think that time is like the actual best friends that can help us to just see things in a different way looking back. You know, maybe in your 20s when you were running your business at university, it wouldn't be so much emotional and like, wow, I'm building my baby now. Yeah, but now maybe 10 years after, you're like looking back, you're like, wow, actually I was doing something great without even knowing that. And maybe you can see it.
This is it. Time. Looking back, I didn't know what I was doing. Right? It was just my instinct.
Yeah.
Just following.
You have it inside. You have it inside. Yeah.
Just following it. Can look back now and be like, man,
Yeah.
Right? How can I do that now and make bank.
Good. Amazing. Thank you for being here today. I really enjoy having you here, and I will see you next time to the next episode.
Yes, bro. Cool. I'll try not to tear up on the next one.
Lovely.